So my name is Ashley. I live in between Guildford and the South Coast. I am an IT engineer. That's what the career was, and now I'm moving into being a shadow work coach. And so I do shadow work coach for men and women. It's on a one-to-one basis. Before the pandemic, it was all just face-to-face, and then across the pandemic time, it was all online, and now it's a mixture of the two. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy the work. It transformed me, and really humbles me to be a part of that journey to help and guide someone else to help them transform themselves when they're ready, which is the really important thing. I have to be ready. So I hadn't done any personal work until, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago. My ex-wife suggested that I should. And so I went to see a therapist. And after one or two sessions, he'd recently heard about the Mankind Project, and he said, I think this is going to work for you. I really think you should go and check this out. I saw a couple of YouTube videos from a couple of the guys that I still know are in MKP. And so, a couple of things that they said just really touched me. I just thought, wow, you're being really honest. You're being vulnerable. You know, Robert, you had a tear going down his cheek as he was telling his story, and I thought, well, if I can get like some of what these guys have got out this weekend, like, I'm all in. And the weekend is amazing. It is a really phenomenal weekend. The way that the processes just line up one after the other, it's just, yeah, it's such a good weekend. And whilst I was there, halfway through, I was looking around the room and thinking, some of you guys look like you've changed. Like, you've actually changed in front of me since we've been here. Like, and I was blown away. You know, all in the room, we've all got personal baggage or personal history, and I'm watching these processes and thinking, I think this is actually working. This is really blowing me away. It was like I was watching magic. And the guy that was facilitating, beautiful man, David Drysdale. He was an absolute magician. He was a really lovely, gentle guy, and the way that he facilitated, it just caught me. And I thought, I don't know how you guys know how to do this, but I want to learn. I want a piece of this because this looks amazing. And the longer I stayed in MKP, the more I could see the people around me changing. The people doing the work, they were changing. They were showing up in different ways. They were becoming more intimate. They were becoming more vulnerable. People that had anger issues, they were softening. They were becoming more gentle. And I was like, wow. And I was one of those people. I was seeing myself changing and seeing the other people around me changing. And yeah, it really touches me. Really touches me. You know, my parents are good people. They are lovely people. My experience of their parenting gave me issues. It's not their fault. It's just the way it was. But I had to do something about it because it was impacting so many parts of my life. The way I related to my children, to my ex-wife, to my friends, to my family. It was all over all of it. I had very little confidence. I certainly couldn't have done this 13 years ago. I would have been full of anxiety. The anxiety is just not there anymore. Sometimes I used to get really angry. I would explode, just like my dad did. I'd hold a lid on it because it can't come out because it's horrible and dangerous, and then bang, I'd explode and I'd have no control over it. And that's not there anymore. So yeah, watching these changes, I thought, I want this in my life. And I want to be a part of the journey for other people, not to claim some badges or anything, but just like, wow, that was beautiful that I walked that journey with you, and now your life is different. And yeah, just it really touches me, brings me to tears, man. Really does. So yeah, I decided to train to become a shadow work coach. I thought I handled a lot of my shadows before I went on the training, and I was wrong, really wrong. They really came up in that training big time and continued. And still it's still come up. There's just that little tweak there, like, what's that? What am I doing? But why am I doing that? That little subconscious stuff, just little tweaks to make other people's experience of me a better experience. That's me.